but it's such a special opportunity to be with you. And I thought it might be fun for a last drama on the farewell tour to take a number of the sketches that I've done over the years and put them all together. Now I'd like to make an announcement because I never really had the chance to do this. I am a dramatist. I write drama. So all those things you've seen, they're not my life. It's acting. I just want to set the record straight because I never have a chance to do that at one time with everybody all together, you know. And the fabulous thing about saying goodbye is that when we feel what we feel, it's because it's meant so much to us. And I think for us, as we feel the poignancy of saying farewell, it's coupled with the joy of these 20 years in Denver. So I want to thank you for all the characters you've allowed me to play over the years. My trunk runneth over. This is my actual wardrobe trunk that Scott and our crew carry around for me. I have a lot of baggage. My family could tell you that, but here we go. Are you ready? All right, let's go.
I've cracked a lot of cases in my time. I've helped people find loved ones, missing jewelry, and even a schnauzer or two. But I've never had a tougher assignment than the case of the missing mind.
It was a hot Friday afternoon, and Stephanie was at Costco. She bought 40 rolls of Charmin and returned home to find 87 double packs already in the cabinet. Monday night, 11 p.m., Stephanie takes her medicine, and fearing she might have already just taken it, she picks up the phone to dial 911 and can't remember the number. I burn myself on the casserole on the way to the fellowship hall, drop off one kid at Sunday school, have the baby surgically removed from my arms, kicking and screaming and clawing and biting. I find my way to the sanctuary. I know why they call it that. Plop down, only to discover I've forgotten my Bible on the top of my car, now scattered in 40 lawns along the way. By this time, I don't want a sermon. I want a medal! The gold in the 1,000-meter church run.
What a game this has been so far today. She's been to the cleaners. She's picking up her son from school. She's making lasagna for dinner. She hooks right to finish that proposal for work. Oh, she just got
yellow flag because we referee all the time. So when something happens, like you're sitting on the couch and you're pouring your heart out to your husband and you're saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And he does nothing. Not holding. 10-yard penalty. You're never going to score again. Order's up on number 7, Bob. I'm taking a break. I'll be back in 5. Whew. I quit smoking about a year ago, but I didn't tell anybody I quit because I like to come out here and take a break. I want to tell you something. Girlfriends are awesome. Girlfriends are as good as cash in your wallet. I don't care who you are, where you live, what kind of fancy car you drive. Every woman needs a good girlfriend. Somebody she can laugh with, cry with, go to all those movies men won't go to with. Men need their own friends. They don't talk to them, but they need them. Our ladies, surrounded by Peter Pan people, married to one, tired of people's lame excuses, introducing my time-tested hook. Now you can have one too. It attaches deeply and securely, so you never have to let anyone off the hook again. Call, and I'll send you this hook. Call in the next 15 minutes, and I'll send you this small set of hooks that you can use in fishing for compliments. Guess, if you're asking, I have to say I'm sort of disappointed because when I joined a prayer group, I thought that we would actually pray. I mean, we shared and we talked and we ate, but we didn't really pray. And on the occasion that we did pray, dear Lord, I pray that you would all help us have the courage to forgive Jeannie for this horrible, despicable affair that she has just told us about. I pray you would help us keep that to ourselves and not tell anyone else about what we have learned here today. In Jesus' name, amen. Would anyone like a cookie? In biblical times, there was a way that people dealt with sin. Rocks. Remember when they brought her in and they threw her down in the dirt angrily? Clothes, if she had any, torn off. Her tears just spilling down in the dirt in shame or maybe anger. Where was the man? Interesting thing about throwing rocks. It kind of makes you feel good. We don't want to put them down. And women can be the worst. A group of teenagers get killed on a Friday night and we just lob our rocks where they shouldn't have been drinking. No, they shouldn't have. But does our saying that ease the pain or the guilt of their mothers? A young girl gets raped leaving a party. And the tongues start to wag. She was wearing a short skirt. What was she doing out so late? Just drag her in the circle and throw your rock. The problem is, rocks don't hit sin. Rocks hit people.
Wow.
So I got the book. I carried it home and I went to my reading spot. I locked the bathroom door and I began to read. And here is what I discovered. You can't name the names of the builders of the great cathedrals. Time and time again, under these incredible works, it just says builder. Unknown, unknown, unknown. Some of these churches took over 100 years to complete. Obviously, far more than one working person's lifetime. So I'm reading and I'm thinking, so they spent their whole lives on a work they would never see finished for a building that their name would never be on. But somehow they trusted that eyes greater than their own or their peers were looking at their work. Because the story has a wealthy merchant showing up on one of the job sites, and he's watching this craftsman as he carves a bird into a beam. And he can hardly take his eyes away. And then he realizes that this is a beam that's part of the roof and it will be completely covered. And the merchant looks at the man and he says, "Why are you spending so much time on something no one will ever see?" And the craftsman never looked up from his carving. He just said, "Because God sees." I closed the book, and it was as if I heard God say to me, to my heart, "I see you. I see you. My eyes miss nothing. Every cupcake baked, every sequin sewn on, every peanut butter and jelly sandwich put together. Nothing is too small for my gaze. My eyes miss nothing. They see your tears of disappointment when things don't go the way you want them to, after you've worked so hard. But don't give up. You're building a great cathedral, and it will not be finished in your lifetime, and your name will not be on it, and you won't get to live there. But if you build it well, I will live there." I'm in the boat now. Are you happy? So she wants to live with her father. It figures. After all I have done for her.
Like the spying and controlling?
Oh, fine. Let her live with him. She's probably going to end up being just like him anyway.
She already is like him, because she's leaving you too.
15 years. I washed his socks, I packed his bags, I paid the bills, I ate dinner every night by myself, and he falls in love with someone else. How dare she go to him?
Give it a rest, Maggie. You can't call what you've given her love.
She'll be back. She'll come back. I know she'll come back.
Not in a million years. They never come back. Your father didn't come back after his heart attack at work. Jim didn't come back. They never come back.
Oh, God. What have I done?
Let go.
Honey, you don't understand. It's just a little game I play. It just helps me keep things straight. Enough! This is not a game, Lindsay. I will not keep pulling these labels off of our kids like ticks off a dog. Are some of these for me, huh? Boring, godly, lazy, ugly? These are for people, Lindsay, not toys or spices. This is gonna stop, and it is gonna stop right now. Tony, wait! Now look at what you've done. Everything will get too messy, and I won't know where anything goes or who anybody is. Put it all where it belongs, you messy girl. Put it away. Where does it belong, Mommy? Where does it belong? Decades earlier, in my little bedroom, my mother labeled me messy. but I wasn't a messy one. The mess was hers, and I desperately wanted to clean it up. I found myself thinking over and over, if I could just get everything where it belongs, if I could just put everything in its proper place, and everything would be okay. It brought me the illusion of peace and order where there simply was none. I picked up all the little pieces of the label maker that day, and I put them in a box with no label to remind myself of maybe the best lesson I've ever learned, and that is that good things come from broken pieces and from broken people who've learned something in the breaking.
One in 4 women in this country will have breast cancer. And while I haven't had it, I wrote this piece from the inspiration of courageous women who have. Women who've shared their stories to give hope to those coming behind them, and for the encouragement of those walking alongside. I share this for them.
The arrival of hope in my battle with despair was like discovering a savings account I never knew I had. Hope generates nothing on its own. The strength of hope lies in what it hopes in, that the loving, merciful God of the universe is good, and he is looking after me. And no one who fights with their hope in God ever loses the last round. I have cancer, but cancer does not have me. In order for cancer to have me, it would have to be able to follow me beyond the grave, and it cannot. It can take my hair, but it cannot have my heart, and it can claim some cells, but it cannot have myself, and it can take my breath, but it can never take my spirit.